So you got a slap lick to show me, yes?
Yes, a mix slap.
Can you please do this whole thing in that accent?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so show me your slap lick. What do you got?
All right, so I got this slap lick. That's it's actually from a song called I believe that song's called F.P.C.
It's one of yours?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's in a band called Havok.
Havok.
Yeah.
Havok, that's a Scottish death metal band?
Scottish haggis metal. Scottish.
All right, good.
But for this one though, what we pretty much do, it's kind of a weirdy, kind of like almost like a Faith No More thing that breaks into this thrash. That's essentially it. Yeah.
All right. So show me the mechanics of what's happening there. Like not even playing the groove yet. Like what does someone need to be able to do to be able to play this? Double thumping, double plucking, any of that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if I get back up with the thumb on this.
I don't think I saw it. Yeah.
No, I think it's all like just straight down and plucks. So
but there's definitely two plucks happening.
Yeah, but
right?
you definitely need to be able to grab the two plucks, and this is something I, even still to this day, need to like sit back down with the metronome and like reforce it, even though I.
And it's not like a flam, right?
No, right, and that's my problem is that I keep letting it turn into a flam.
It has to be rhythmic. So what we're talking about is like when you do double plucks, there's like two ways you can do it. You can do it where, like I just played it, where it's 1E and a 2E and a, where it's rhythmic,
right?
Versus like brah, brah, like a drummer would play a flam with two hands and go brah, and just offset them a little bit. Right. So to do that one, I just like treat two fingers as if it's one finger. So if I could lift up with one, I just kind of offset my fingers like this, and then, oops, right? You can just get both of them that way. And what we're talking about, what's difficult is when we have to do it the opposite way, where it's not one finger, it's actually two fingers, bah, bah, acting individually. I'll crisscross that all the time.
Yeah.
You start jacking with the groove, no bueno.
Yeah, no bueno. It's not good.
So yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, and then and it's spread out across the two different strings too.
Yeah.
And what'll happen is that if you, and it happens to me, I've got to retighten this thing up quite a bit actually. And what'll happen is if I let it turn into a flam, then it messes up your rhythm for the rest of the.
Yeah, and it kind of shifts the groove over.
Yeah, it shifts the groove over and everything like that.
Careful,
so
totally.
Yeah, so but then you got your basic just thumb down, and always trying to do whenever I've been trying to explain it for people too is like like there's the kind of off the string.
And then the
through, and I really try to always go through the string.
Same here, yeah. When I grew up playing slap, I slapped like fleet. I can't do it anymore. But like when I was a kid, that was the only way I could do it.
The bounce off, right?
And then I saw my first Victor Wooten video. I was like, oh, like that's a much better way to do it. I don't do the coming up, but I just like the way it looks this way because you can just. You just get a flurry of notes, but you just see this. Nothing's really happening.
Yeah.
So
yeah, who does? It was a really cool one. Is Adam Nitty doesn't do the up, but does like thumb down, and then you hide all three fingers underneath, and you can.
I ripped his sound a little bit. I don't know how he did it, but I would do a thing where like I would strike a note, and then thumb.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You would hear him do that kind of stuff a lot. And I thought that's how he was doing it, yeah. So I just like tack it and strike it right after.
Yeah, I was able to hear this song called like The Divine Wind or something. I was still always wanted to learn it, but it's like left hand lead first, and then thumb down, and then pluck, pluck, pluck. And then another thumb at the end.
Nice. Yeah, it's a very Adam Nitty thing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Super hot.
Yeah. But so for this one, going through, and then just get hammer-ons in there.
Okay.
And then two-hand tapping. And incorporating the hammer-ons with the two-hand tapping. So
yeah, so you're doing the same thing. Just an octave higher. So E to B on both of them.
And then the second time through.
Ooh, I didn't.
Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't do the. It's not mirrored. It's this one's still down here.
Oh, so the first time, and then leave this one.
Yep. Yeah.
Because why not? Okay. Good.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever I play metal, that's my attitude. Just why not?
Why not, man?
Just do it. Okay, all right. So can you take me through the groove and get me playing it?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So you got the first section here. Yeah.
That's right. Two of the E's.
Yep. So.
Okay.
go.
Was that
Beautiful.
it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now that's the hard thing. Is you got to go from here to back the thumb.
Yeah. And what
actually,
you can do is if you can get it.
I was gonna say,
here,
yeah. I'm a creature of habit, and so I slap kind of right.
You have like the same. Oh, that's dope. Yeah, that same accurate.
Maybe
kind of
I'm
point.
over the fingerboard sometimes, but
Sure.
it's usually right around here. I see you thumping way over here. Do you normally do that, or are you just doing it for this lick?
I think I'm just doing it for this lick. I think it's
easier.
just and that's totally something I didn't even think about that. But I imagine I was like, my brain was probably like, how do I get back there? It's like, well, just hit it right
so
there.
You just thump it like on the fingerboard.
Yeah, and then once you're back there, then you're back here.
Gotcha.
You know? Yeah. So. And then we come into a pickup. More hammer-ons. Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Let's play it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm still messing it up.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, I got it now.
Yep.
All right, and then what comes next?
That's what it is. Yep.
Okay.
And then. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. This is the part where it goes to F. And what's that part again? Right about.
Yeah, exactly. And then. All
right.
Nice, dude. Yep.
Now, tell me what's happening with the rest of the band at this point in the song. Is this like a?
So this is actually, So this is like actually just bass and drums right here.
Okay.
Yeah, open it up, just super clean, and then vocals come in a second time, and there's a couple little like reverse reverb things that come in and match on one of the lower rhythms, and
Obviously.
and then it builds up, and then we drop into the.
And what kind of beat is the drummer doing? I'm just trying to think of like, so if someone wants to take this idea, create their own riff from it,
Sure.
and like use it with their band, like where are you placing this so that's not getting lost in the mix?
Right.
And so that, it's not getting walked over by the drummer.
Let's see.
Basically, how can people rip you off?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Don't worry, I'll send the royalty checks to you.
Okay, cool.
It's in the mail.
So this would be, this actually opened the record because we liked it.
Which record?
It's called Conformicide. Yeah, it was based off of.
I love metal days.
I know. It was actually. Yeah, it's actually we based it off of I forget, we were in like I think it might have been somewhere in Latvia or Russia or something like that.
Obviously.
And we were watching TV and they had a cleaning product called Conformicide.
Okay.
And no, they didn't have that. We just like it was like coming up with metal, coming up with anything anymore is so hard because everything's been used, you know? So it's like you'll come up with a cool idea and then you check it and you're like, oh, there's 15 other albums named that.
Right.
And at some point you could be like, well, who cares, man? This is our version of that album. But, you know, I think we kind of like the idea of trying to be original, even if it comes off as, you know.
Sure.
You know.
We got to play to the genre. You got to do it right. So
right,
it's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like we had a song, like couldn't find the name for it. And so we did like, I forget what the original title was, but we ended up changing it to like Dogma.
Mm-hmm.
You know, dogmaniacal.
Nice.
Right, you know, kind of about like people are willing to kill for, you know, religion.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that kind
good
of stuff.
all happy things here at thebassist.net.
Woo, genocide.
Okay, so what are the drums doing? It's a
so
simple
the drums
groove?
are just and then some little like accent, you know, kind of tinkery, you know, Carter Beaufort-y or, you know, what have you type stuff.
But nothing too heavy to where it's gonna walk over what you're doing.
And definitely, like and that was what was cool about it, is that, you know, to find a group of dudes, because you got to have people that are willing to let you do it. Because if you put that over anything else, it might be cool, but it doesn't come off like fusion-y. I think like if it's busier like that, it'll have a fusion vibe if the guitars are busy, really busy with it, or the drums are busy with it, and even the vocal patterns are very sparse on it. You know.
Well, I mean, like what's throwing me off about getting it is you're leaving space. Like at that beginning, whereas normally if I'm slapping, especially if I'm practicing something at home, we add in all those notes. But as soon as you get in with the drummer, you start doing that, like that groove turns in.
Ooh, yeah.
That's all I'm gonna do live, and I'm at home practicing. I'm doing all that.
Yeah,
but I'm never gonna get to use it because otherwise, it's all gonna get lost in translation somehow. You know.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Yeah. So I just want to make sure, like, everything that you're doing gets
exactly.
heard,
yeah, and that's definitely part. I mean, it's a really sparse beat and no guitars on it. So like,
So go to town.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And that's except for they'll come in, with the dun, and then open up for the back of it,
nice,
and really open, and then the vocals will come in and they want to shut you up and put your mind in a cage.
Yeah.
So it's really built around like having that stuff pop out.
Nice.
And then if you throw it at the beginning of the record too, then immediately people are like, oh shit, a thrash record, but what the hell's going on?
Bass.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So it worked out pretty dope.
Hey, if you like what I do, please click on the subscribe button right here. And if you really like what I do, then click over here to see how affordable it is to join me at thebassist.net. But if you just want the free stuff, then click here to check out whatever YouTube's sophisticated robots think you should watch next. I'm sure they know what's best for you.